Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Nick. We will be starting
Probably Comcast.
in a second.
Us.
Do that. Do this. Do like that. Do like this.
ShopRite was having an event today.
Okay.
There was a Kona ice truck in the parking lot, hot dogs
Whoa.
and hamburgers. And
hamburgers and hot dogs too. Okay.
Inside the store was a DJ with props and a photo.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 682. The Spritzy Podcast. Well, Bree, will you tell us about Spritzy, please?
Spritzy is a pink, of course, avian Pokemon with a white beak that takes up most of its face, reminiscent of a doctor's mask. It has orange eyes with long lashes that lay near the beak. Has a large curly tuft of feathers on top of its head, as well as 2 small pink wings. Its feet are light purple and appear to curl up into its body during flight.
Like my balls.
Oh, dear.
They curl up.
Ugh. Oh, like a window shade.
Yes, exactly.
I just burped and I had a sandwich, so I'm sorry if it smells.
No, what was on the sandwich? Was it salami?
No, so I think we're good. It was ShopRite's version of a sloppy Joe, they called it, like our own sloppy Joe. Okay. It's like a marbled rye.
It's a disheveled Joseph.
Yes, precisely.
We'll have the disheveled Joseph,
no,
please.
That's the Whole Foods version.
Yeah, right.
And it had
ShopRite is literally out of a garbage can.
And, like Thousand Island dressing and like coleslaw.
Should be their slogan. ShopRite, we're okay.
But then,
their stuff really isn't that bad.
No. Then I got home and realized it had mother fartin' ham on it.
Oh,
so I had to peel the ham. I mean, a sloppy Joe to me is like a manwich.
Yeah, it's just like hamburger and sauce,
right? But they called it our own sloppy Joe.
Burger.
Anyway, I peeled the ham off, and the rest was very good.
Took it literally.
Go on, please.
In any event, the scent that Spritzy emits, which can vary depending on its diet, enraptures those who smell it.
Like a pheromone?
I guess so. Spritzy is... Ooh, I don't like Spritzy.
I don't like it at all.
Spritzy is number 682. It's a fairy-type Pokemon. Half of them are male and half of them are female. They are 8 inches tall. That's inches, folks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they weigh a pound.
Tiny little Spritzy.
Spritzlet.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
I have a funny story to tell when you're ready.
Hi, Cedar. Hi, Hailey and Tom. Hello, ZX Billy and the Aloe Wolf and Robert Bear and Cammy and Sir Rowlett and Spectre Bazaar and John Bullock and Roth and It's a Trap and Giant Reggie and Mother Brain and Captain Canopio and Mark and Rock, who says, "Whoa, I'm actually going to be here live for once. I'm almost always working, but door once I'm free." I think he meant 4. No, door once I am free.
One mistake. One mistake. And you can't.
Thanks for joining, everybody, and whoever else I didn't see. I'll make sure to say hello to you later. Yes, Mom Brain, you have a story. Let's make it quick because I have important things to talk about today.
So earlier this afternoon, I went on an errand for Raw Meat Cowboy to pick up the new Spider-Man game. And
buy me Spider-Man or go to hell.
Yeah. This isn't staying where it belongs.
Mom Brain, quickly, I said.
So I go to the store and I've got like a cart and I'm like on a mission.
You got a cart for Spider-Man?
Well, I had a couple other things that I was getting.
Nice.
So I'm like on a mission and it's like a pain in the butt.
Feminine products.
There were no feminine products purchased. For the record, don't ever use that stuff.
Can you get Summer's Eve products at Costco? Like a giant vat? Do they change seasons? Is it like Winter's Eve or?
No, it's always Summer's Eve.
Winter's Morn.
Which, if you think about, is not the most refreshing, cool thing you can think about.
You think like sweat.
Right? Like, how about like a fall's midnight?
Hi, Antonio and Cammy
cool
and
and crisp.
Wouter.
And that's what I want my vagine to feel like. I don't want it to be like humid.
Clammy.
And yeah, interesting. I mean, a summer's eve does smell good.
Brain,
Maybe
I
that's
said
what they're going
quickly.
for.
Also, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay. So I've got my cart, and it's like a big pain in the butt because you got to go to find somebody to go unlock the case and whatever. So before I go through the trouble of finding someone, I just blow down the aisle to make sure that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm going down the aisle, there's like a pubescent young boy and his mother, like very quietly and very closely arguing in the aisle.
I jump in.
Oh boy.
And he's like, Mom, I just need $50. And she's like, you're out of control. And she's like yelling at him. And he's like, Mom. And they see me coming. And he's like, Mom, so uncomfortable. And so I look and I see that the game's there. And then I got to go find somebody else.
He wanted Spider-Man, didn't
and I
he?
come back
Oh.
and the employee, I'm like, it's in the PS4 aisle. And the kid's there with his mom. And the kid's like, and the kid's looking, and I go, and the guy goes, Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man. And the kid's like,
oh, that poor kid.
and I wanted so badly to look at him and be like, I'm an adult. I can buy whatever I want. And in fact, next I'm going to go down the ice cream aisle and buy ice cream and then candy, and I'm going to eat it all whenever I want.
Hi, Stitch.
But I didn't. And then later I saw them a couple aisles down, and he didn't have a game. I think he just was like, Mom, I need the money. And she was like, no, I'm not giving you money for a game. It was terrible.
Just need $50.
Hi, feeling fine.
It was terrible and great.
Feeling fine says, hope the GM podcast crew are feeling fine. We are. Hello, Santiago. I've been in that situation before as the kid. I really wanted a game, and somebody else walked into the store and was buying the game while I was there, and I was like, oh God, look, they're buying it. Why can't you?
I mean, joke's on me. We have a mortgage and a car and insurance and all that stuff. But sometimes
Spider-Man comes first.
Look, I'm telling you.
Sometimes it is okay to be an adult.
Yeah, I used to tell fifth graders all the time. I'd be like, what's the best thing about being an adult? I had cake for breakfast. And they would be like, what? And I'd be like, and I'm going to the mall after school and buying whatever I want.
I can literally go to the bathroom on the couch. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to yell at me.
And they're
Last night I ate a whole pizza by myself.
Hi, turquoise gold scraper.
They're like, oh man. I'm like, yeah, no, being a grown up's great.
All right, we have a lot
and
of.
The best part is your parents are paying for it. Because I'm a teacher, so tax.
We have a lot of. Hello, Sam. We have a lot of things to talk about today. But first, I have to get to this right off the bat. Today's podcast is sponsored by Super Rare Games. Super Rare Games strives to bring collectors the very best physical content for the Switch. Super Rare Games operates alongside partners to bring the most exclusive offerings of the very best indie games. From the packaging of the products to opening the limited edition trading cards, we aim to provide gamers with the purest experience. As Super Rare Games looks to expand their collection of games, they hope you join them and grow yours too. Super Rare Games sells Switch games, physical. So sometimes you see a game and it's on a Switch eShop and you're like, I want physical. Well, Super Rare Games makes that happen. For example, right now, did you know that you could buy the Mutant Mudds collection on Switch in a physical release? It's true. The greatest collection of muddy games under one roof. Revisit the platforming fun of the award-winning Mutant Mudds Deluxe and Mutant Mudds Super Challenge on your Switch. But wait, there's more! A brand new game has been added to the collection. Fend off the rising muds from below in the new explosive puzzler Mud Blocks. This collection includes a fully reversible cover, 20-page full-color manual, exclusive sticker, cardboard slipcover, and 3 trading cards in a pack. Thanks, Mom Brain. Right during the sponsorship. Let's burp. Great. The one time I don't want burps. On top of that, I want to give you the rundown of what Super Rare Games has coming out soon. Super Rare Games is bringing to the Switch in physical release form Worms WMD, Snake Pass.
Is that Worms of Mass Destruction?
I guess. I don't know. I've never looked it up.
You looked at me like you wanted to murder me, and the dumbest thing just came out of my mouth. There's that woman over there opening her mouth again.
It was like, oh, that's a really good question. But that would be Worms of Mass Destruction. So I don't know if that makes sense. Snake Pass, the Faerun Collection, N++ Ultimate Edition, The Adventure Pals, Knights of Pen and Paper Double Pack, and Sterden Binary Stars. Those are all up-and-coming Switch games getting physical releases from our friends at Super Rare Games. If you really want to support us, hello, Deante. If you really want to support us and you really want to show Super Rare Games some love, obviously go buy a game. That'd help. But follow them on Twitter. That's all you got to do. Follow them on Twitter at Super Rare Games so you can be kept abreast of what other retail games they have coming out. Also, this is all I can... Well, they're sponsoring the site this week, so you're going to see some stuff from them. But I have something very exciting that I can only tease for right now. And you're going to have to wait a long time to find out. Probably to the end of the year. So we're saying December, probably then. We are going to, with our friends at Super Rare Games, exclusively reveal not only a game that they are bringing out to the Switch physically, but a game you don't even know is coming to the Switch yet. That's all I can tell you. You're going to have to wait until December. I'm sorry, but there's an exclusive... It's an exclusive tease for you. So there you go. Thanks to Super Rare Games for the old sponsorship this week. I greatly appreciate it. All right. I did that. Now, I have so many things I got to talk about before we get into news that I actually have written down
But
notes.
before this happens...
Oh, dear. Can I burp during this section? All future sections are burp appropriate.
Thank you.
Just don't burp during the
I
sponsorships.
didn't even think about it.
I know you
sorry.
didn't.
I apologize to the sponsors. It was a good one, though.
They were like, let's do a trial run. I'm like, okay. Here we go.
Do you want to re-record it?
It's live. It happened.
I apologize.
Yeah, I know. You can apologize to them. One and only time sponsor. Yes, Mom Brain. Go ahead.
I feel really bad.
Probably got to burp more.
So here's something that bothers me, and I think there's a way to fix it, and I don't know how.
Hi, Connor. Hi, Tommy.
In YouTube, when I open like a video, it automatically starts playing. And
Yeah.
I need that to stop happening.
All right. Well, there's probably a setting.
But you don't know where.
No.
Okay, I'll bang around for a while.
Yeah, I don't know about it either.
Bang on. All right. I did that. All right. Here's something else I can talk about. And I need to talk about to you guys because it directly involves you. We are, this is very exciting, we are joining a partnership with TeePublic. What's TeePublic? They make t-shirts. TeePublic reached out to us and they're like, hey, your podcast is all right. And it's not like a blanket statement like they send it to anybody. Like we've been talking back and forth. They are going to publish t-shirts for the podcast. And I guess technically the site too. But obviously these need to be designed.
Ooh.
So I'm reaching out to you guys because I want to know what you want to see on these shirts. We'll have some designs that are just your regular basic, Nintendo podcast shirt, something like that. But there should be some stuff on there that's funny, like I'm interested in this, or burping, or something like that. So any way you can give me your suggestions would be greatly appreciated because I want to turn your ideas into shirts because I want to make sure the shirts that you have are shirts that you like. So you can send it to me through Twitter at GoNintendo Tweet. You can email me at rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com. You can... I don't know. What else do people do? That's it. You can tell me in the chat now. I can read the chat later. Kevin Canopio says, "Been a smooch."
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I'm going to talk to Court Jester about doing some designs because he's a wonderful artist. I have some other people in mind as well. Yeah, is a hot dog sandwich? Yeah, definitely. I would like a blood fart red shirt. I know that. But yes, we are definitely 100% doing this. It's going to be a while before we get the shirts out, but I said to them, I want to talk to you guys because the shirts are going to be for you. So I want to know what you want on a shirt. Eileen Tom says, #cat butts. You guys already have great ideas. So yeah, if you could send me an email, like I said, at rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com, that would be greatly appreciated. With any suggestions you have, I will welcome any suggestion. So we're going to have to work on designs, and then they'll open a shop with us, and then you guys can buy a shirt. Hello, Zeno. Thanks for joining us today. So that's very exciting. Also in exciting news, I've done an... Hello, Axel. Thanks for joining us live. I appreciate it. I have an exciting interview coming up. Shirt of George being attacked by the limes, says Robert. I did an interview with the Velocity 2X guys because we've been talking about them a lot lately in the last 2 podcasts. Hello, Agent Ironcat. And we've been talking about, them bringing the game to Switch and trying to get the sequel off the ground and not being able to find a publisher and how important the Switch version's sales are and all that jazz. So I wanted to get more into detail on that topic. So I've done an interview with those guys. It's completed, ready to go. I just got to figure out when I'm going to publish it. So look forward to that. I would say in the next week or less. No more than a week. Maybe I'll post it tomorrow. Who knows? But I'm excited to share that with you. There's some interesting talk in there. Well, Bjorn, of course, there should be a burp t-shirt. I agree. So look forward to that. Also, if you were on our YouTube channel this week, you saw that I did a video review for ROM 20, or what is it? ROM 2064 or 2064 ROM? ROM 2064.
That way you got
No, I'm gonna say both. Let's say it's it's 2064 ROM integral, however you want me to say it. Because I remember how I said it in the video. That's the title. Anyway, I did a video review of that game. I'm going to talk more about that towards the later half of the show. But I have an interview related to that game because I was like, I want to drum up some attention for this game because I feel like I'll get into the whole story later. Long story short, I did an interview with one of the voice actors, and that voice actor is Xavier Woods.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
The WWE superstar. We did an interview with him because he is one of the voice actors in the game. He plays one of the characters. So I've been friends with him on Twitter for a while now, and I DM'd him. I talk every so often with him. I DM'd him, and I was like, hey, you want to talk about this game? Because you're in it. I'd love to talk to you about it. And he said, yeah, let's do it. So we did it, and I'm going to share that with you soon. Very excited about that. So thank you to him for doing that. Also, I've officially decided I'm going to do the Patreon. It is 100% happening. You are getting the definitive answer now. I am going to do it. But I need to know what features you guys want in the Patreon. Now, please, do not suggest features unless you actually plan on supporting the Patreon, because I don't want to go through doing the work of making things that people suggest and then they're never going to be a part of it, because I'm making it for the people who have suggestions. So if there's a lot of ideas you guys have, hello. Oh God, how do I say your name? Ibrahim?
Abraham?
So yeah, again, you can send me your suggestions at romicowboy@gmail.com or send me them at GoNintendo tweet on Twitter, because you guys have been asking a very long time for the Patreon. I want to make sure you get content that you are excited about. And once again, while you can donate whatever you want, $1 will get you everything I do. I'm not going to ask for anything more than that. $1. I know people are like,
El Cheapo.
El Cheapo, as they say on The Price is Right. I know a lot of people are like, I want to give more. Well, give more. That's fine. But $1 will get you everything.
I want the people to know that Comanche has been barfing up his very expensive prescription cat food lately.
I think, I could do that, Zeno. I got, how many? If I were to give each person who donated $5 one beard hair, how much money do you think I could make? Like, let's say
10.
No, I mean, like, how many beard hairs do I have?
Oh.
Hundreds.
The look on your face was like amazement and disgust at the same time.
That is accurate.
No, Wouter, the Patreon is not up yet, but I am officially doing one. Again, I just want to make sure I put the content on there that you guys want. I said on Twitter when I was entertaining the idea of doing a Patreon that I would love to do features where I talk about other things. Obviously, the main focus will be Nintendo. And on top of this, I have to say again, regular GoNintendo.com and the Twitter and the Facebook and all that stuff will have all the same content. You're not going to have to pay to get content. Nothing's changing. If you don't want to pay, you get exactly the same stuff. Hello, Malik Halo. But I would love to do features every now and again on things that aren't related to Nintendo. Me talking about anime or wrestling or games on other systems or stuff like that. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, let me know. Let me know what you want. Let me know what you want. All right, that's enough talking about that.
What you really, really want.
I did that. I did this. I did that. I did this. I did that. Okay, let's do this. And then we get to regular news.
Let's have a little fun.
Yeah, let's have a little fun. Nikki Hill said we could do the new segment cool segment without him. And I said I didn't really want to do it, but he kept saying we could do it. So we have a special reason why we are going to do it this week. We are only doing one icon because, again, I don't like doing it without Nikki Hill here. It is his brainchild. But
his brain baby.
We are doing one this week because hello, Dre Gamer. Autumnal Blake was nice enough to, and completely out of nowhere, create an intro for the segment. So from now on, each time we play new segment cool, it will start with this intro song. Kirby.
GoNintendo podcast. New segment cool. New segment cool.
That's great.
So perfect.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Oh, it's really good. Oh, thank you, Autumnal Blake. God, that is like
Perfect.
our style.
It is.
Perfectly. So good. Just wait until we actually get like real podcast equipment and all that, and we could like direct feed that audio to you rather than through a speaker over a microphone.
Are we gonna have to redesign?
New segment.
This?
Cool. Your body?
The laptop?
I mean, if
This?
we could do that.
I mean, I don't know.
I feel like I'd like to paint the walls like black.
Yeah, number one, if we're doing podcast stuff, number one most important thing is painting the walls black. Yep.
I don't like this
Definitely.
color. My parents picked it. I don't like this name. My parents
John, it's
picked
like
it.
a barn, but it's inside.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Well, I don't really care about paint colors or anything like that. All right, Autumnal Blake, thank you. We are doing one
It
icon
doesn't
this
look
week.
a nice barn.
Now, I am in the chat. Let me do this. Icon link. In the chat, I have just put in the imager link for the icon we are doing today. So click that link and you can play along with us. If you're only listening to the audio, I will put the link for this icon in the YouTube or in the description of the YouTube video. Thank you, Wouter. So now everyone in the chat can see the icon. And now I am going to present the icon to you two. Again, you are coming up with what this game is about and a name if you'd like. Kirby, I will show it to you first. There is this week's icon for new segment cool.
Jeez.
Let me start the mom brain. Taking it in.
Okay.
All right.
All
You
right.
guys go right ahead.
I'm going to call it Fairy Wiccan Wedding Planner.
It's perfect. Wow, it really does look like that. Mom brain?
I'm gonna have to change because my premise was that you are a fairy princess being forced into an arranged marriage
Oh, you don't
by
have to
your king
change.
father.
You don't have to change. It's your own idea.
No, I'm gonna
One thing's for sure, she doesn't look happy.
I know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
wedding planning makes no one happy.
I know. I've decided.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the Nintendo Switch period novulation tracker.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
Look at how unhappy she
Period
is.
end ovulation. It sounded like you said period novulation.
No,
I
period
know what you
end
meant.
ovulation.
Why is it a fairy?
I mean, they're always trying to push that crap on us. Like,
The fairy is your monthly visitor.
right.
All right, let me.
She represents the period, I guess.
And then she's got the flowers to make you feel, oh, it's so beautiful.
And of course, they're red flowers.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing for a woman.
It's a metaphor.
I'll give you the comments from the chat. Mother Brain says, angry fairy gets her period. Well, Deontay says,
Wow.
Navi's Hey Listen expedition.
Ooh.
ZX Billy says, the adventures of flowery girl with wings. Robert says, Tinkerbell's revenge. ZX Billy says, sad girl's wings are too small to make her airborne. Yeah, they are kind of small. All right. Thank you, Mom Brain. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Kirby.
Mhm.
Now, let me tell you what it is. Mary Elizabeth Riley is to be wed to Sir Charles Gilbertworth on the eve of her 21st birthday. She is reluctant as the marriage was arranged, and she does not feel it's the same time or the place.
Wow.
Or does not feel it's the time or place. Or the man, for that matter. She, as a growing number of women of her age, wants to make something more out of herself, and becoming a housewife is not exactly what she had in mind. I cannot believe you got this. I didn't read this description. That's amazing.
It's pretty crazy.
Right before the ceremony, the groom goes missing. Mary Elizabeth would be fine with this. More than fine. But the thing is, Gilbert Worth disappeared in her family's mansion. And if he's not found, the blame might fall on her mother, the widow Riley.
Ooh.
There's also the matter of, well, the supernatural.
Uh-oh.
It seems there's more to the folk stories than she believed. Find out this and more in The Mahjong Huntress. How great is that? How great is
You
that?
would have never
This whole
put the
story
title
for playing Mahjong.
and the story together ever.
Mahjong.
Mahjong Huntress.
Came out of nowhere.
How good is that? How good is that? I did not know this game was coming to the Switch until earlier today when I was looking through icons. Holy crap. That is good.
something.
Mom Brain, nice job on
Thank
Man, you really deciphered that image. That's amazing.
Thank you.
How did you do that?
I mean, I know what a woman being forced into an arranged marriage looks like.
Rakia says, this is something special, folks. Yeah, it definitely is. Holy crap. I am 100% playing that game, without a doubt. I think it comes out next week. I think it said, hello, A Gamer. A Gamer says, what game? Well, we were talking about whatever I said. What did I say? All I remember is the Mahjong part.
Mahjong Huntress.
The Mahjong Huntress. That's what we're talking about. Coming to Switch soon. So there's a new segment. Cool. Again, thank you to Autumnal Blake. I cannot believe you got that spot
I just
on.
felt it.
That is crazy.
I swear to God, that was.
No, I
not
know. You
cheating.
don't know where to go to look up that stuff. I don't think you can find it anyway.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. You can't do stuff. Yeah, we should definitely play that game. Me and you sit down, record some live reactions to it. That'd be great.
Some my lover plays.
What do you want to play, lover?
My lover plays Mahjong Huntress.
All right, that's
This
all.
Eve.
What are we playing on this summer's eve? I think that's all the things I have to talk about. That's all I got written down.
Another period joke.
All right. The thing that separates any podcast from, that's the other thing I got to talk about. So, good podcasts have lots of period jokes is what I'm getting at. Here's something else I have to talk about. The GoNintendo podcast is now on Spotify.
Oh.
I'm an old man. I didn't know you could put podcasts on Spotify. I don't use Spotify. I know all the kids today use it all the time.
I didn't realize you could listen to podcasts on Spotify until like a couple of weeks ago.
Thought about getting it to listen to music like while I'm running.
Well, I mean, I have it, but I don't have the paid version. I just have the free one, but I very rarely use it.
But I don't know that it depends on my mood. Like sometimes I don't put headphones on while I'm running.
Mother Brain, the George poster is something from when Lube worked at Walmart. They had sent him that display for the brand George,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
like
a clothing brand. But they didn't have like the display set up for that size poster, so they were just going to throw it away. But instead, he decided to give it to John Savage, and then John Savage decided he didn't want it, so he gave it to us, and we of course kept it. So there you go.
I can't believe he didn't want it.
I know, right? Now he's a podcast staple.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify if you want to check us out there. I guess that's the thing you do. So we're all over the place. Direct feed, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. What the hell's Stitcher? SoundCloud, I guess. I could do SoundCloud too. I have a SoundCloud account. Do people want to listen on
Bandcamp,
SoundCloud though?
maybe?
Bandcamp, Musically. I don't think Musically allows for hour-and-a-half content. Tommy says, my wife suffers from some white Spotify once a month. Keeping the period jokes going. You can get it on Spotify. Also, this is something I really shouldn't talk about, but I'm going to mention it.
My butt.
My butt. How do I say this? Okay, chat's over. How do I say this without saying no, not offending? I can't.
What are you doing here?
This is great.
We're turning.
I love
you
this
off.
speaker ever
Right?
since it's back.
We still haven't figured out why it makes that noise.
Hi, Timothy. Timothy, you missed. I'm not gonna
Maybe
lie.
if it's not being used for a certain amount of time, it tells you it's turning off.
Timothy, you missed a lot of fun stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but thanks for joining us.
Is today not a glorious day outside? It's just like
It's nice and cool.
it's what I needed. It's like dark and gray and cool.
All right, I'm gonna say this in the most basic terms I can.
I hate Mother Brain.
We are talking to a company that does podcasts about them taking our podcast into their family of podcasts. How about that?
Okay.
And they don't have any gaming podcasts. So we're working on it.
Pornhub?
I can't, yeah, that's it. I can't guarantee that it's going to happen, but we are working on it and they're interested. And if it happens,
You're interested in this.
it will be the biggest thing that ever happened to our podcast without a doubt. But I feel like we got to get like real equipment first. Well, I can't say that. Never mind. I've said too much. Perhaps I've said too much.
Oh no, I've said too much.
All right, let's do some news. NPR. That's it, Tommy. That would be amazing. Holy crap, Mom Brain would be really excited about that. NPR. Like, I mean, like, we'll take your show, but can you whisper? You have to whisper a lot.
Oh my god, do you think that
Do we have a version of
Terry Gross?
No. You're too loud. I'm sorry.
Can I meet Terry Gross?
That's how you're talking. Yeah, we'd have to
I'm
do
Marty
the new.
Mascoing.
We'd have to do the new segment, cool intro, re-recorded for all whispering and everything.
With Terry Gross.
New segment, cool.
Nobody really whispers on NPR, for the record.
Don't want to lose the pod. You're not going to lose the pod.
They're almost whispering.
Wouter says you can't burp on NPR. Mother Brain says, do it, RMC. The podcast needs to grow. Well, to tell you the truth, over the last 2 years, the podcast has been growing, and we are at our highest subscriber base ever, and we continue to grow each month. So thank you to you guys. I appreciate it. I don't know how or why we're the YouTube aspect had a lot to do with it, but still going strong. To think that we got not just like numbers for listeners, but active listeners is very cool. Active downloads and stuff like that. We're at like 10 people now, so thank you very much. It's taken 13 years to get to 10 people. We're still going strong. No, obviously the podcast is doing really well, which is why this other company is talking to us, and which is why T-Public is talking to us and all this stuff. I just can't give details on that stuff. But that stuff is boring. It doesn't matter, because all you need to know is that it's doing well, and that means better.
It sure is boring around here.
It's better things for you guys. And here's something I guess I should say. 100%, without a doubt, we will never do anything for the podcast or never do anything to the podcast that changes the podcast dynamic. If a company is like, we want to take you on, but no burping or no period jokes. No, none of that. We're not changing anything. You take the podcast as it is, or you don't take it at all. Content-wise,
We're
not
not
change.
sellouts.
The only thing that would change is better audio quality, which would be great. But yes, I promise you the show will
We're
always
not
stay the same.
MF and sellouts, all right?
Yeah, if we were on NPR, they'd probably like try to make us clean it up.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
You know they would.
No, they absolutely would not. They are all for.
How many NPR shows have you heard with burping in them?
I haven't. They probably like bleep them,
Or
or
period
here's
jokes.
what they would do. They would say a warning to our listeners. The following
They give a
podcast
content
contains,
warning.
NPR burps are probably just like those very quiet, hot burps. And then they apologize profusely.
Oh,
Yes,
wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, they're the
so
like.
Yeah.
No, but they have to go like this
I'm so sorry.
That's it.
so that
That's
you
it.
can't hear anything.
We're gonna have to take a quick break here. I have some mouth gas. We'll be right back.
Why do you make fun of NPR?
That's how NPR is. I'm not saying I dislike NPR, but yeah, of course you do. It's like the adult version. It's the adult version of what you liked as a kid, like weird people whispering and weird stuff.
What did I like as a kid that was weird people whispering?
Quiet, weird shows.
What is wrong wrong with liking quiet
I didn't say anything was
things?
wrong with it.
I
I
love-
love Bob Ross. He's quiet.
I love
sure.
quiet things.
He's very quiet now
Aw.
because he's dead.
Quiet things are
All right. Come on, my brain. That's enough of this.
Don't
We
touch me.
gotta do some Nintendo news.
I need a Sawzall. Can we get DeWalt to sponsor the podcast?
I've reached out to some weird people. Not as weird as DeWalt. I don't know what the connection is there.
Because I need a Sawzall.
No, I know because you want something. That's not a connection. I'm gonna. I can't be like, hey, DeWalt, would you like to sponsor the podcast? My fiance wants a sawzall.
Okay, it's not just I have a saw. I need a
have a saw.
Sawzall.
Hey,
I
do you
have to
know
ask for one for Christmas.
that the Switch is the best-selling console in Japan for 6 months straight now, and it now is at over 5 million units sold in Japan alone. So yes, the Switch has been #1 in Japan. August 2018 just wrapped up. It was once again #1. So that makes 6 consecutive months. The system is at 5 million units sold in its lifetime in Japan, which is pretty dang crazy because here's the real kicker. The PS4 is at like 7. Oh, I don't remember if it's 6.9 or 7.9. I think it might be 6.9. I don't remember. Did I write it here? Boy, that would be really smart if I wrote that. No, I didn't. Of course. Why would I do that? There's another article where I wrote it, I think. But the PS4's total is only a couple million off in Japan. Sean Snekta, Superfy Snekta, right? Says Japan loves their consoles. That's a joke because they don't. They love their handhelds, but they love the Switch because it is a portable as well as a console. NBA 2K19 is now the biggest eShop game.
Oh.
So if you're on the Switch and you're like, I want to buy the biggest game there is, well, look no further than NBA 2K19. That game will take up 31.5 gigs of space. So that's a lot of space. And then on top of that, 5 gigs of that space needs to be within the Switch's internal memory. So you can't just have 32 gigs basically of free space on a micro SD card. You need to have 5 gigs internal free as well. So it is, as they say in the games industry, a beefy boy. I definitely say that. Steel Diver says, listen, I've been working with this industry for 15 years.
I mean, if anyone would know, it'd be you.
Vaporware, RPG, beefy boy, all industry terms. Steel Diver says, I still think it's really crummy they use an 8 gig card and not even a 16 gig card like the other games that require downloads. You know what, Steel Diver? You are usually, I won't say that. That's not nice. You know what, Steel Diver? I agree with you. I also think that's crummy. I understand it's more expensive, but why not print fewer copies of it? Because then you can make it cost roughly the same amount. And then if there's complaints about there not being enough copies on store shelves, is that really a problem? Because people can still get it on the eShop, and then you have proof that people want to buy more. So if you're having sellouts, then you'd be like, wow, we were justified in going with the bigger cartridge because people are happy about that, and the game sold out, and the price was warranted, so we can print some more.
Hey, the internet just crapped out on my computer. It came right back. But
Doesn't look like it crapped out here.
Okay.
I'm sure something will happen. The chat's going to be a few seconds behind. No, you piece of crap. Suda51, who makes No More Heroes and No More Heroes Desperate Struggle, as well as the upcoming Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes, talked a little bit about why he made Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. Why is he making a spin-off? He talked to our friends somewhere. I thought this was Game Informer. He talked to Game Informer because they asked him, why'd you do a spin-off instead of No More Heroes 3? And he says, I wanted to make something like an indie game. The kind of game where you look around the room and you can see everyone on the team at once. He's talking about the development team. I wanted to make a game like that without too big of a team. Well, there you go. He wanted to make a smaller game with a smaller team, so that's what he did. But does that mean all hope is lost for No More Heroes 3? Sue says no. When asked if he'd like to make it, he says, yeah, I really want to. Those kind of projects are hard to think about when you're deep in another game, but Travis Strikes Again is one part of the No More Heroes story. It's not the end of it. So he's saying, yeah, I want to do No More Heroes 3. I just wanted to work on a smaller project right now. So enjoy your spinoff when it comes. What's the date? January 18th or something like that? And then, obviously, if that sells well, it'll help pave the way for a true third installment. Drew says, I love Suda so much. He just wants to make video games that are fun and his own. Yes, I agree. He seems like a really fun guy. He seems like he's more than happy making like what he wants to make, and he appreciates that the niche style of games that he makes has found an audience, and they continue to allow him to make games. So it just seems like a lot of fun.
Yes.
He loves Twin Peaks. He loves Radiohead. He loves Morrissey.
Check.
All around
Check.
good guy. All around good guy.
He loves his rock and roll music.
He loves his rock and roll music. He loves punk. He loves fancy shoes.
He's not grumpy like that Mr. Kamiya or whatever his name is.
Deki Kamiya is a very grumpy guy, yes. All right, so we're going to talk about this in a couple different ways. I say close, and you say no. Fair enough. Game Informer talked to Treyarch's design director, David Wunderhaar, who obviously Treyarch's working on, or has been working on Call of Duty for quite some time, but they're working on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And in this Game Informer interview, they did, it was something like 196 questions for Treyarch on new Call of Duty. And one of the questions was, is there a chance for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to come to the Switch? And Mr. Wunderhaar laughed, and then he laughed again. And then he said, I just make... He said, I just make the shoes. So in other words, he's like, that's not something you ask me because I just make whatever they tell me to. I'm not
just make the donuts.
I'm not making those decisions. Now, the debate is out there as to whether he was laughing because he thinks it's silly. The idea of Call of Duty coming to the Switch is silly. The Switch couldn't handle it. Or he's like, oh, this question again. I can't answer these questions. These questions aren't for me. I can just tell you what I'm working on. So I don't know. There's all kinds of ways to look at it. I would love to tell you I'd love to play the clip for you so you could hear how he laughs, but it doesn't feel like cooperating. Oh.
Any chance Black Ops 4 is coming to Switch?
I just make the shoes.
Any chance Black Ops 4 is coming to Switch?
Maybe we just high.
I just make the shoes.
That's one option I never considered. Is he high? So there, you heard it for yourself. You heard it for yourself. That's how he answers. That's the laugh he gives. I reached out to Mr. Wunderhaar on Twitter, and I said, hey, we heard what you said.
Are you high?
I'd love to clarify the statement. Can we discuss it a little bit? And I never heard back. So I tried. Aurora Unit has the top-rated comment and says, well, we can always wait for Black Ops 5 or Black Ops 6 or maybe even Black Ops. Oh, my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How high does it
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10? Or until they remember how to do Roman numerals properly. Yes. Black Ops 4 is not written IV. It's written I. Which I'm not sure, but I did hear some people saying that is an alternate way of writing it in Roman numerals that was correct at some point.
Really?
I don't know if there's any validity to that, but I know that when I saw Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and it was I was like, oh. Why'd they do that? And I was like, did they do it because the average Call of Duty player doesn't know Roman numerals? So they see IV. What the hell does that mean? Because it's been I. And then you get the 4. So I don't know. Yes, that I've been thinking about that as well. So maybe Mr. Wunderhaar will get.
There we go. Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's with you lately? On every podcast, you just leave.
Just need to stretch my legs.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go get another drink.
All right, we're gonna sit here in silence and wait.
Oh, please don't.
You getting a drink and coming back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody need me?
Yes, can I have one of my drinks, please?
The ones I just got?
Yes. Thank you.
Aye.
I did a special video this week because I felt like doing it. Because I feel like it.
Nobody tells me what to do.
God, there's something else I should talk about. My YouTube channel, I get new subscribers, and then the next day I lose subscribers because someone
They
will
watch your
subscribe and be
videos?
like, I like this video. I want more content like this. And then the next day I do something completely different, and they're like, well, goodbye. People are so fickle. It's so crazy. I should say it's been like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, just because I like to do different things all the time on a YouTube channel. And I don't want to be, like I said last time, I know what I could. My drink does not involve a blender. I know that.
What is she doing?
She's reenacting the scene from the Goonies.
Oh, okay.
Putting their hand in the blender. I know what I could dedicate a whole podcast to this. Clickbait titles, over dramatic, all that stuff. If I do any kind of title that is even like remotely open-ended, it'll always get more attention. Like with the latest video I did, the latest Today's Big Story, it was about the potential new date for the next Nintendo Direct. And my title was something along the lines of, is this the date for the next Nintendo Direct? And it's got like almost 10,000 views. Just based on the stupid title. No, I'm saying like it makes me so angry. If I do titles that aren't like that, and it's content I really like talking about, it'll get like 1,100 views or something like that. People, man. People.
Yeah, you can't
Sheeple.
change the way people's brains work. Yeah, sheeple.
Whatever.
Wake up, sheeple.
People can change the way their
Shake up,
brains work,
weeble.
but you can't change.
Somebody
it.
called me autistic because of my beard today.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. They left a comment on the video that's getting all the attention, and they were like, wearing that captain's hat and having that beard, as soon as people see you, they're gonna turn away because you look autistic and something else. Except they called me an autist.
For the record,
Oh boy, I am autistic.
some of my favorite people on Earth are autistic.
Is this your way of telling me I'm autistic? Aren't we all a little autistic?
No, we're not.
We're all a lot autistic.
We're all
There is a
who we
spectrum.
are. It's a diagnosed disorder.
We are the youth of the nation.
Ugh.
All right, anyway, let's talk about what I was originally going to talk about. YouTube, on the old YouTubes, I did a video because I felt like doing it. And even the title of this got people angry because I apparently didn't word it right. Which Mega Man game has the best Robot Master battle theme? So what I said in the video was which Mega Man Robot Master's theme is the best, and people took that to mean the level themes rather than the Robot Master theme.
That's actually what I thought it meant.
Well,
when I
it's not what
first
I
read it.
meant.
I didn't get mad though.
I guess I should say the Robot Master battle theme. Like, what do you call it? The boss theme?
Yeah, but
I guess,
but then that's kind of redundant because
Yeah.
you say Robot Master Boss thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was talking about the songs that play when you battle Robot Masters, not the songs that play
Before you battle
them in their levels, because some people consider those to be the themes of those Robot Masters, but I consider them to be the themes of the levels that those Robot Masters are in. But whatever. I'm talking about the songs that play when you fight Robot Masters, 1 through 10, Mega Man 1 through 10. I put them in order.
Yeah.
Hello,
I thought about that too.
hello, Rachel. Hello, I'm an F and T-Rex.
Hey, Rachel.
I put them in order of what I thought was my personal most or least favorite to most favorite.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch, but I do think there's a worst one of the bunch, and then I went from there. So check that out if you want. I'm not going to spoil
Scale
it.
1 to 10. What are you going to give that drink?
Give it 7.
Losing points?
I wish it was a stronger flavor.
Stronger coffee flavor?
I don't know. Just stronger all around.
I could doctor it up.
Its trap
more
says
caffeine,
the
so?
answer is Spark Mandrill because that's a theme for a level in Mega Man X, which we're not even talking about. And he's laughing because he knows what he's doing. So yeah, check out that video because I'm getting hyped for Mega Man. So I was like, let's do some Mega Man stuff. Marl O or Marl Zero says, definitely do more of these. Loved this video. And you also got it right with Mega Man. I'm not saying. You'll have to watch to find out. Well, I guess I could have spoiled it if the answer was just Mega Man, because that'd be the first game. But no, you'll have to watch the video. I had a lot of fun doing that, but I also had to... I recorded footage of each Mega Man game to put that video together. So I recorded footage of me beating one Robot Master in each game to go along with the video. So you will see gameplay footage from that Mega Man game. You will hear the song that I'm talking about. I muted the gameplay video, so you just hear the song. I took the songs separately and put them in as the background. And you'll hear me talk about why I feel it is in the position I gave it. So let me spoil it. The worst Mega Man theme, I think. Worst Mega Man theme that plays when you battle a Robot Master is Mega Man 8.
Okay.
I feel Mega Man 8's the worst. Just watch the video. Mega Man 11's coming out. People get excited. Oh, here, maybe I got that stat I was looking for earlier. Oh, yeah, here we go. So the Switch in Japan has sold over 5 million units. The PS4's total install base in Japan, so that's been, what, 6+ years? Is at 7 million units sold in a lifetime. So the Switch is already just 2 million units away from beating out the PS4's total from 6 years. Pretty crazy. Okay. There was supposed to be a Nintendo Direct this week. It was supposed to happen on September 6th. But it got postponed because of the earthquake that hit Japan. So it is not. We've not been given a new date for it yet. Rumors point to it. Hello, Tony. Rumors point to it coming out on the 13th, but that is not confirmed in any way, shape, or form. But yes, obviously, while we all want to see a Nintendo Direct, it's more important for everyone that's dealing with the aftermath of the earthquake to be safe, to get things fixed up, to take care of those that they love. So we can wait for a Nintendo Direct. Obviously, we will bring you the confirmation on the new date when that becomes available. We have news on Fire Emblem Heroes, which is by far Nintendo's most successful mobile game, and its numbers continue to grow. Between July and August, players worldwide spent approximately $63 million on the game. That amount of spending represents a 36% increase over the same time last year. During the 3-month summer period this year, Japanese players spent the most at approximately $36 million, which would be 57%. And then second most was the U.S. coming in at 30% of the total amount spent. Japan and the U.S. combined make up 87% of all spending on the game. And Fire Emblem Heroes has accounted for 78% of Nintendo's mobile revenue to date. The title has earned nearly $417 million since launching February 2017. So, Fire Emblem Heroes has been a very big success for Nintendo in the mobile realm. They've had mixed results with games like Super Mario Run and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and Miitomo wasn't monetized, right? So Fire Emblem Heroes is definitely the one that's doing it for them. Toon Linking 777 says, this game isn't even good. Why don't they spend their money on real Fire Emblem games? Oh, well, to each their own. It's sad to see microtransactions always do so well. I've never been able to understand the appeal. Well, you don't have to spend money. I play plenty of games that have microtransactions.
Like Toon Blast?
Like Toon Blast, but I don't spend any money. Because you don't have to. You just have to show a little patience. Let's have a little patience. Here's great news about Dead Cells, the Metroidvania. on Switch. It obviously is selling well. We've seen the weekly charts where we see it near the top or at the top for the eShop, so that's great news. But one of the marketers for the game in an interview at PAX West said that the Switch version is outselling the PS4 version 4-1. 4-1! So Switch owners are eating this game up. And that doesn't mean, like, they aren't allowed to release specific sales data. So if you're looking for them to be like, we sold 600,000 copies and the bulk of that's on Switch, they can't say that because Nintendo doesn't allow them to talk about those numbers unless it's a very specific milestone. They could be like 1 million sold, and even then Nintendo might announce that themselves. So you're not going to get the specific numbers, but it is outselling the PS4 version 4-1. They don't mention the Xbox One version. I believe it's on Xbox One. So I guess that means it's even worse. The Xbox One version is doing even worse than PS4. I don't know. Totodile says, he's got the top rated comment. He says, it seems like Switch owners are super into Dead Cells, as they should be. The game is amazing and definitely worth the attention. While it appears that the game is selling well on all platforms, it's really...
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, pardon me.
What is he doing here?
What?
Ooh, what are you talking about?
What's going on?
I'm reading this and I'm realizing that he's copied my comments that I made a post.
Oh, is he plagiarizing you?
I gotta
Call the internet, please. And now for your moment of dead air.
I'm trying to
You're
find
really
out what he
confused by this.
changed here. Because somebody's like, I see what you did there.
But you don't see what he did there.
I don't yet. Somebody else did. I don't know what's going on here.
You're too slow.
So somebody here is saying, oh, thank God the comments explain things. Okay. So this is Totodile. I feel real dumb for not picking up on this right away. This is a great comment. Now I see why it's top rated. So Totodile copied exactly what I said and changed a couple words. And then
Which is how most college essays.
Cloud
are.
Mario says, I see what you did there. Elf Tarot, longtime GoNintendo reader, says,
wow.
why? I don't understand why you just reworded RMC's comment like that. I'm curious. Blade Master comes in and explains it. He says he's poking fun at the now former IGN employee who reviewed Dead Cells by completely plagiarizing another reviewer's video. That's what he did. Man, our commenters are on the ball. Very nice job, Totodile. You got me. You got me good. We're not talking about that.
I told her I was going to say it was like a complete coincidence.
Yeah, right. We are going to talk about this, though. Switch game boxes will specify whether it is whether the game supports cloud saves. So again, as you know, Switch Online is coming in the second half of the of this month, and one part of that is cloud saves. And now we know when you buy a game, a retail game, the back of the box will let you know if it supports cloud saves or not, because there are going to be some games that don't support cloud saves, and we found out why that is. Some games won't support cloud saves because of item duplication exploits. So people could use cloud saves to get more of a certain item, or perhaps send that item to somebody else and never run out of a supply of that item. So games like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu won't support it. Splatoon 2 won't support it. There are some other big name games in there that won't support it. Just a handful of games. But we also learned that basically every game that comes out for Switch by default will support cloud saves. Basically, developers have a checkbox when they submit their games, and it's like, do you want cloud saves? Yes or no? And they check yes or no, and that's what happens. So obviously, there's no reason for a developer not to support it unless they could have something like this duplication issue. So now we know how cloud saves are going to work, where the vast majority of games will support cloud saves, but there will be select games that will not. Let's see what you guys said. First comment comes from Entropy, and they say, not all games support it? Now that's odd. Damn, that direct should explain a whole lot. Well, I mean, we didn't need to wait. We didn't need to direct. We got more explained anyway. What's that? 8? Okay. The Octopath Traveler development team talked about the game's success, DLC, sequel, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to give you the rundown. This is Square Enix's Tomoya Asano, who talked to Famitsu, and some other development team was in there as well. But here's basically what they said. Still no plans for DLC, which is not a change from what they've been saying for a while now. They said they wanted to put out a game for Switch that was the complete game. Everything there, you don't have to pay for extra content. They say, while they can't comment on concrete plans for a sequel, the team has already started talks on how a sequel should be. So they're not saying a sequel has been greenlit, but they are saying the team is talking about what they would like to do for a sequel. And they also want to point out that if there is a sequel to Octopath Traveler, it will likely take quite a while to develop. So if you're expecting a sequel and it was greenlit right away, you can maybe expect it in 3 or 4 years. The development team that worked on the game has gotten a lot more staff members, and that allows them to make more games, obviously. And their goal is to release a game each year. So that would mean there's other things that they're working on besides Octopath Traveler. You might know that this same team that worked on Octopath also worked on the Bravely series, so Bravely Default and Bravely Second. And I say the Bravely series is not something the dev team or Square Enix in general considers to be the past or something that is behind them. So they're saying, obviously, they would like to do more with that Bravely franchise. And they're asked about whether this means, with their new development schedule and how they'd like to work on things, does this mean we could see a new installment in the Bravely series? And Mr. Asano says, I hope you will anticipate it. And he's saying anticipate the answer. He's not saying anticipate a sequel, because he's not officially confirming there is a sequel. Well, there's a sequel. We all know there's a sequel, but we got to pretend like there's not. Entropy says, wonder what a sequel would be. Wonder what a sequel would be like. I'm guessing he means Octopath Traveler here. Like, don't they all have an ending, or will they introduce new characters? Anyway, the game sure got harder now when on the second chapters. Love me a good challenge. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying Octopath Traveler. It sounds like plenty of people are, because there's 1 million plus units out there. We don't need to do that. All right, we got to start motoring here. Europe. Digital downloads. What did Europe get? These are all Switch. Hyperlight Drifter, Broforce, Claws of Fury, Gone Home, Moonfall Ultimate, Ninjin Clash of Carrots, Planet Alpha, Ninja Commando, the Neo Geo game, Gakuin Club, which is a school life romance game, Kentucky Robo Chicken, Lifeless Planet, Monkey King Master of the Clouds, Shikondo Soul Eater, Slice Dice and Rice, God Wars: The Complete Legend, NBA 2K19, SNK Tag Team, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy,
Right.
Full Blast, Ludomania, Mummy Pinball, Super Inefficient Golf, Sigi, a fart for Melusina. Yeah, you heard me. A fart for Melusina.
These are some interesting titles.
Swim Out got a demo. DLC for this, that, and the other thing, all that jazz. And we Yokai Watch Blasters on the 3DS. That includes the Red Cat Core and the White Dog Squad. Which one are you getting, Mom Brain?
The fart one.
Oh, I meant which Yokai Watch, but okay. Are you trying to tell me you're not a Yokai Watch fan? When a man pours special ingredient water out of his not penis?
Out of his teapot spout?
Tenus. His tenus. Why did we never say that?
Oh my God, you're right.
It's tenus. Steel Diver says, Raw Meat, I love you, but when I ask a question in my first comment, you better answer it on the podcast, or else I will be forced to reveal your secret. Well, I'm excited to find out what my secret is. I'll tune in next week. We already talked about that. We will talk about this, though. Are the North American downloads? Dan, did you not make the North American downloads? He didn't. Dan didn't make the North American downloads a top story. What the hell, Dan? What do you got against North America? Oh, I'm sorry. Don.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry. I'll bring it up for you. I'll search it in a second. Pokemon Go is currently bringing in $2.5 million a day. A day! That's been going on since June 19th. That's a 39% increase over the preceding 2 months average, and in the 60 days leading up to the June 19th update, Pokemon Go was still generating $1.8 million a day!
Jackpot!
The U.S. is the biggest group bringing in that money at 35%, so still big around the world, not just in the U.S. Princess Evie says, with news like this, it's no wonder why we're getting Pokemon Let's Go Screw the Fans.
Ouch.
Man, oh man, news in quotes there too. Someone is not a fan
When
of
you
Pokemon
said
Go.
News. I
News
figured it was
with news like this. We don't need to do that. We'll talk about this very quickly. I can just say it and be done. Mega Man 11 has a demo. It's available right now. Done.
All right.
So there's this weird thing that happened this week. Nintendo was supposed to have a Nintendo Direct, and apparently it was going to be a big one because while Nintendo postponed the Nintendo Direct, the other companies were like, screw it, we're going to do what we were going to do anyway. So obviously Mega Man 11's demo was supposed to be announced in the Direct, and Nintendo would be like, and it's available right now. But they postponed the Direct, but the demo came out anyway. Another thing that was obviously supposed to be part of the Direct, but didn't, the Direct didn't happen, but was announced anyway. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD is coming to the Switch. Now, here's a little industry scoop for you. The game is already out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it's coming to the Switch soon. Well, why isn't it out on the Switch already? Because as we all are guessing, it was going to be announced in the Nintendo Direct and then again made available right after. So why isn't it out now? Well, a little birdie told me that Square Enix wants to hold off on putting it on the Switch eShop until the Direct actually airs. Yes, that's dumb. Why would they announce it in the Direct? And the intention was to put it live after the Direct. The Direct got postponed. They still put it out on PS4 and Xbox One, but Switch owners now have to wait. Why not just do them all on the same day?
What the heck?
What the heck, right? No way. So that's what a little birdie told me. So that's your answer for soon. So as soon as the Direct happens, we'll get it. Dumb. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I know how you feel about it. You're gonna be angry that it's like, hi, backseat gamer. Thanks for joining us. No, people are gonna be angry that it's like the whatever you want to call it, the cutesy, the chibi version of Final Fantasy 15. Backup says, wow. Now what will Nintendo announce in their Direct? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this Direct seemed like it was going to have some juicy tidbits in it, but now when we get it, it's going to be bare bones, shell of its former self. Are we doing this? All right, I'll do it quickly. Quickly now. Gently, Bentley. Ubisoft, is working on Starlink Battle for Atlas, and the Switch version of that game includes Star Fox content. Ubisoft CEO, who has my favorite name, Yves Guillemot, talks to GameSpot about Nintendo and Ubisoft's relationship, and he says it's a long-term relationship. We've been working with them on all machines they launched, and so from the beginning of the Wii to the Wii U and Switch, we were always there with them. And we have been working closely while it was going out, when it was more difficult. So we are real partners that are happy to work together. So basically he's saying we were with them on the Wii from day one, and it was great. We supported them on the Wii U from day one, and it sucked. We're with them on the Switch, and it's going great. So they're like thick and thin, baby. We're there. And they talk about working with the Star Fox brand, blah, 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 blah. We've heard that a million times. And Mr. Yves Guillemot is asked about the potential for a sequel to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because we believe that game has sold over 1 million copies now, which would make it a very profitable experience for both Nintendo and Ubisoft. So Mr. Guillemot was asked about a sequel, and he went, I can't give you an answer yet.
Is that how he talks?
What accent was I doing?
Well,
French?
I'm assuming he's
French.
He's French.
Yes, that was my French accent.
Okay.
I tried not to do the very stereotypical laugh, which I guess you would have heard in like All That back in the day. What the hell was Keenan when he sat in the bathtub in the rain suit and he was the French guy?
All that.
I forget what his name.
French, like Guy Ledouche. Anthropy says, yeah, got Mario versus Rabs. I'm just reading what he says. And some exclusive content to Starlink. Thick and thin, eh? I bet. And very much hope we'll see a lot more support from Platinum. Well, okay. That took a completely different turn. Yes, French. Like all the famous French people. Thank you, Captain. Like Pepe Le Pew. We know so many French people.
Wait, when you're talking about the left, you mean like the
Oh, yeah, that one. I tried to avoid that one, which we did not avoid. Yes, Tony's going Pierre Escargot. That's his name.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his name. Thank you for bringing that.
Escargot.
That is the only. My sister watched all that.
Hmm.
I did not like all that.
But
Pierre
never watched
Escargot
a
is the
single
only
episode.
thing I would laugh at in that show because it's funny. Because it was Keenan sitting in a bathtub. I don't know why. In a raincoat, and he was pretending to be a French guy.
Right.
And he would say things in French, but he would say them terribly because he doesn't know how to speak French.
Mhm.
And the things he was saying were nonsense, just sentences that didn't make any sense. So I found it funny. It was the only part of the show I liked. Trying to think if there's anything else in that show I like. There's not. No, I stand by that
didn't like
statement.
the Good Burger sketches.
No.
Okay.
Still haven't seen the movie Good Burger. Home of the Good Burger.
Some people really seem to like it.
Movie night. Did we watch it? We didn't watch it for movie night, right?
If we did, I wasn't here.
I made sure of that. We should do that for movie night. All right, yeah, that's it. We're done. We're done with top stories. I'm not from Pennsylvania. We're done top stories. Let me get you that list of North American downloads. Just got to do some hacking, some light hacking here.
I'm in.
North America this week's digital downloads. What did we get on the Switch? We got SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, NBA 2K19 Hyper Light Drifter Gone Home, Yokai Watch Blasters on the 3DS. Also new this week on Switch, Football Frenzy, the Neo Geo game, Azure Reflections, Broforce, Chicky Chicky Boxy Racers, Dust and Elysian Tale, which comes out the 10th. Full Blast, Gakuen Club, Gnome's Garden 3, The Thief of Castles, Grandpa and the Zombies, Kentucky Robo Chicken, Lifeless Planet, Miles and Kylo, got a demo version, Mummy Pinball, Planet Alpha, Shikondo, Soul Eater, Sigi, A Fart for Melusina, Stay, Super Inefficient Golf, Swim Out got a demo, Time Carnage, which has a name that sounds a lot like another game because it's supposed to be like that game.
Oh, right.
Breakout Defense, Double Breakout. Oh, Breakout Defense and Double Breakout are on the 3DS eShop, believe it or not. MeReal says, Hyperlight Drifter's gameplay has me intrigued. For those who've played it, is it a roguelike or a real game?
Is it a roguelike or is it like a real game?
Is it a roguelike or is it a real game? I haven't played it. Hi, Kim. I want to play it. And I don't know how to even answer that question. I think even if I played the game, I don't know how to answer it. Ooh. Running late these weeks. Oh, well, we had a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of fun stuff. All right. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Let's see. Over Labor Day weekend, I played a few hours of Fallout New Vegas for some reason. Yeah, I haven't played that game. I hadn't played that game in years. I think I was reinstalling like games onto my computer, and I was just like, maybe I'll play this for a little bit and see where I am. Yeah, I had originally played it on the 360. I think I bought it when it was like first released, and I think I got pretty far. I didn't beat it, or I didn't beat the main storyline or whatever, because it's like was constantly like freezing up on me. Like I got so frustrated. Like almost every time there was like a loading screen, the game would just freeze, and I would have to like.
Hi, James.
And so
typical Bethesda.
Yeah. That game probably holds the record for like most times the game is frozen up on me. Second place might be Darkstalkers, or what's it called?
Darksiders?
Darksiders, sorry. Darksiders 2. And then like years later, I bought it on Steam because it was like super cheap, and I just started a new game.
Hi, Angelo.
So that's all I played.
I'm glad you mentioned that game because there's a new episode of Egg Busters. This week, the Egg Buster plays Fallout 4, not New Vegas.
Wow.
But in the video, he does mention New Vegas, so it ties in directly. Search the Egg Buster on YouTube to watch the latest Egg Busters video by Name of Austin or the Egg Buster Man. He hasn't done a new episode of Egg Busters in a while, and I got the notification. I was like, ooh, this is very exciting. It's like, because Egg Busters episodes are pretty long, and I mean that as a positive thing. So I watched it, and it was great to see that stuff. But he's doing a whole bunch of other stuff, which we've talked about. Go support him on YouTube. Join his Patreon, damn it. Mom Brain, what'd you play?
I don't think I played anything.
Great
I
job.
went back to school this week, you know?
Yeah, it was a busy week.
Well, last week...
What did you play, Robbie?
Oh, thanks, Mom Brain. Last week, I was very angry because I didn't play anything. I was so busy, and I was busy this week, but I was like, not again, damn it. Not today, Satan. So I did play stuff. First off, Toon Blast. Been slowing down on Toon Blast just because, you know, I'm on like high 200s. It's fun. You know, you're doing the same thing. It's just, you know, it's Toon Blast. Sometimes you feel like playing a match 3 more than other times. So I played some of that. But also this week, which I haven't told you about, and you probably don't even know exists, I've been playing the brand new, just released H3H3 game.
Whoa!
Yes, there's an H3 mobile game. For those who don't know, I should probably say that. Well, the game is called H3 Ball Rider. H3, or as you might know them, H3H3, is a YouTube comedy channel. I don't know what you call it. They like lampoon other internet videos, or at least they used to.
Hosted by Ethan and Ella.
Yes. Now more than off, or now Ethan and Ela do the podcast. They do their H3 podcast, and I don't really watch or listen to podcasts.
Yeah, they're too long.
But I like Ethan and Ela so much that I was like, let me give their podcast a shot. So I've been listening to it while I was working, and I'm getting into it. But yeah, they lampoon other YouTube videos. They're definitely popular. Like, they're very notable. They have millions of subscribers. Obviously they have their own game out on mobile, so they're pretty popular. But I've been listening to their stuff. So I was playing their game, which is called Ball Roller. And in this game,
is it roller or rider?
Rider? I don't know. I just looked at it and I don't know.
I mean, Ball Rider sounds funnier because
Rider. It's got to be Rider. Yeah, it's Rider. The game is about Ela riding on top of Ethan. Ethan is a ball because Ethan always talks about how fat he is. He's really not fat, but talks about how fat he is.
He just has like a huge gut.
Yeah,
he's kind of like me, where like skinny except for like the gut.
And Ela rides on top of the ball and steers it. So you have to steer the ball through these like endless pathways, and you have to collect little orbs to extend the time that you can go through these tunnels and everything. So you just go as far as you can get. You unlock stuff. You unlock new levels. Blah blah blah. But it's funny because they said they were originally going to name the game Fupa Rider because they talk about fupas all the time, but they thought maybe that App Store wouldn't allow something like that, or it would get them negative attention. So they went with Ball Rider instead of Fupa Rider. So I've been playing that game. It's a fun little mobile game. I also played and finished 2064 Read Only Memories Integral. So I finally finished that game because I was like really hot and heavy with it for a while there. Then things got super busy and I just didn't have time to get back into it. And I was right at the end, or at least I felt I was at the end. And now I finally finished it up. I was at the end. And I did a video review for that game. And there's no real spoilers in that video review because the game is all about the story, so I didn't want to spoil that stuff. So everything you see in the video review is literally right from the first moment of the game up to however long my video review is. So it's like the first 17 minutes of the game or something like that. But that is an excellent game. If you like story-based games, you have to be in the story games because the bulk of it is story. It is a point-and-click adventure, but it's a still scene. Like, you don't like scroll around or move a character or anything. You just highlight things on the screen and read about them, pick them up, put them in your inventory, stuff like that. But it's in point-and-click games, you do that a lot. In this, you don't do that as much. It's definitely there, but it's more about talking with people and getting information and choosing dialogue options and stuff like that. So as long as you know what you're getting into with that. But the video review was without a doubt the hardest review I've ever done because the game addresses a lot of hot button issue or hot button. Is that something people say?
Yeah.
Hot button issues.
This is the thing you were talking about.
Apply directly to the
a few weeks ago, right? Where it's like pronouns for robots.
Yes. So the game is all about like it uses metaphors for stuff, but it's all about like human rights and LGBTQ stuff and the political climate right now and stuff like that. So I'm not saying those topics are controversial for me. I'm just saying I understand that they are controversial topics for a lot of people, and some people will hear that stuff as in a game and they won't do it. They won't play it. No, I haven't, Timothy. I got to check that out. So the review was very hard to do because I always, with my reviews and any of my content, I try not to talk about stuff or I try not to talk in ways that will rile people up because I just want to, I'm talking about video games. It's supposed to be fun, but not all games are, while they are fun to play, not all games cover fun topics and are fun and happy all the time. So I did the review like 6 or 7 times and I trashed it every single time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to approach this openly and honestly. So that's what I did in the review. It was challenging. It was difficult because it's a game you can't really review without giving your opinions on stuff. And I'm certainly not afraid to give my opinion on things, but you know, I don't want to start arguments and debates and all that stuff on YouTube because there's enough of that already. But now you know, it's about human rights and LGBTQ and politics and.
But it is about robots, right? Oh
yeah. So in the game, the way human rights and all this stuff is dealt with it. Well, first off, the cast in the game, everybody in the game, there's a lot of LGBTQ representation. Mm-hmm. But in the game, there's the two metaphors are robots, and they talk about like sentient robots, and how people treat robots. Like, are they alive? Do I talk to them like they're a real person? Sure. Do I crap all over them? And then there's also like a whole group of people through medical advancements can get enhancements to their body or just physically alter their body, either for just to look different or to give them functionality back that they lost due to a disease or something like that. So some people are like, I want giant fox ears because I like fox ears, and other people like have to have treatments that give them skin of some sort of animal or something because of skin cancer that formerly we couldn't treat, but now we can splice with these other technologies to save people's lives. So it's like, you can live, you could die, or you could live and have like lizard skin. So, but yeah, some people are like, I want to look like a furry. So in the game, there's a whole group of people that are like, anybody that does this stuff to their body is an abomination. Oh, sure. And other people are like, it's my body, I can do what I want.
They're degenerates.
So as long as you're cool with all those discussions, it's a great story, super well voice acted, super well written. Characters are well written. I really do love the game. It's fantastic. But there's a whole element of controversy to the game outside of what the game is about, and that has to do with the developer Midboss, who when the game first came out, we didn't know about this controversy. And this game came out on other platforms first. Now that it came out on Switch, we know all this stuff. With Mid Boss, there was eventually allegations of like sexual harassment at the offices and employees not being compensated appropriately and stuff like that. And when these statements first started coming out, other employees at the company came out and backed them up. And they got rid of the CEO, who was the one that was basically blamed for most of this stuff that was going on. So they got rid of him. And then I believe they were going to take someone else as the interim CEO, and stuff came out about them. And they got rid of them. So now I don't know if they have another interim CEO or they have their official new CEO, but the company is in their like rebuilding process right now. But they have a team of people that are good, it seems. Like they're ready to get back to making games and moving away from all this controversy because they have the right people involved now. So there were so many different angles of controversy that I feel I couldn't review the game without addressing because they're all important to the game. If you don't know the story about the developer and you found out about it later, you might have felt like I don't want to support this game. So I had to talk about that. And then if you didn't know that it's about very big, strong, difficult topics that are debated every single day, then I felt you needed to hear about those because you might not want to play a game about that. Sometimes people just want to play games about jumping on Koopas and getting to a flagpole. There's nothing wrong with that.
And saving Zelda from Ganon.
I wonder what Ganon's up to. So I played that. I loved it. Can't recommend it enough. Just a very difficult game to review. Now
difficult in this climate. Not difficult.
I mean, not just particularly this climate, difficult in general. I mean, I don't know a time. Times have gotten better as far as how some of these topics are handled, but there's never been a time where it's perfectly. Any of this discussion is handled perfectly level-headed and openly. So, definitely difficult. But me personally, I did not find the topics and how they were addressed controversial. I just needed to address that with the audience. Now I want to tell you about something else I played. I just have to see if I'm allowed to. Let me see here. I can talk about it. Okay, so I've been playing, as of last night, I've been playing Wandersong, which has been in development for quite some time. It's about a little annoying bard, and the only thing he's annoying to the other characters in the game. The only thing he can do is sing. Okay. He walks around and sticks his hand out and sings, and the right joystick is how you control how he sings. So he moves his arm around in a wheel, and that's the different notes that he hits. Oh, so everything you do, or at least everything I've done so far, is handled through singing. So like, you can walk, you can jump, you can sing. There'll be a platform you can't reach. To reach it, you need to mimic the song that a bird is singing, and then the bird will join you. And like when you jump, he'll lift you higher in the air. And I'm allowed to talk about Act 1 and Act 2. I just finished Act 1. In Act 1, you have to clear these ghosts out of a town. Okay. And the ghosts sing like spooky songs, and you have to sing the songs back to them. So it's kind of like Simon Says. It's just funny because the guy's like, as you're singing. And when you respond to people, like if people are asking you questions, the guy will sometimes just speak. But if they have a question for you that you actually get to answer, it puts it on the singing wheel. So like you sing your answer to them, and some of them are like, why do you have to sing everything? Please don't sing. There's one old lady in particular who's, if you go into her house, she's like, leave me alone. I don't want to hear you sing. And if you sing in her house, a big speech bubble comes up, and she goes, okay, that's enough. Thank you. So the game is about, it's the end of the world, and you want to be the hero and save the world. But there's this character who's like, you're not a hero. And then you do some things, and she's like, you know what? Maybe you are a hero. Maybe I looked at this the wrong way. So yeah, everything is done through singing. The platforming elements that I've played include a portion where you jump on a flower and you sing to steer the flower where you want it to go. So you have to like grow this vine around these different like tunnels and stuff to reach a door at the top. And you can also learn to dance. And I don't know what dancing does as far as a gameplay mechanic, but it is great to see. I got like a little like shuffle that I can do, and I can do a spin move too.
But can you learn to prance?
I might be able to. Apparently, there's a lot more dancing involved to learn, so maybe there will be a prance involved in there. And at the beginning of the second act, there's this witch who's like, "What's your name?" And you get a wheel with like, I guess it's 8 letters on it. And you don't know what the next letter is going to be, and you don't know how many you get to
So you can end
pick
up with like
after.
a goofy sounding name.
If you don't like the name that you end up with, you can pick another one. I picked letters of my name, ended up being Sam, but it's S-A-M-B.
That's like a Tim and Eric name.
And the lady there, her daughter was like, "Sam, that's your name? Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, yes it is." So you literally just get a handful of letters and you don't know what the next one's going to be. So you can randomly pick a name. And if you don't like what you get, you can start it over and build another weird name. It's a 4-letter name no matter what. So it's a lot of fun. It's definitely unique. I want to see how else they use the mechanic of singing, because like I said, as far as I know, that's the only thing you can do. There's no like I said, I fought the ghosts. But outside of that, there's not like fighting. It's not like an RPG where like it goes to a battle screen and you fight stuff. It's just like wandering around. It's called Wander Song. You wander around, you explore, you do some platforming, and you talk to a bunch of funny characters. So that's all I've done so far. But the writing is great. It's very snappy and funny, which it needs to be for the type of story it's telling. I've been impressed so far. It's got a real... I guess the look to it is like a mix of like Paper Mario and South Park.
Okay.
It's like construction paper-ish style. But not only does the game look like that, it is it feels like a Paper Mario game as far as story goes. There's just something about the way the story is told and the flow of the story and how the characters are handled that feels like an older Paper Mario game, which I'm really enjoying.
Yeah,
so.
all the speech bubbles.
Yeah, it's fun. I got nothing but good things to say about it right now. And then finally, I also played the Mega Man 11 demo, which only lets you fight Blockman. Blockman? Yeah. So I played that, and I didn't use the... Oh, I did a video of that. If you want to see me play through it for the first time, all the way through, I recorded a video of that with some commentary, so you can watch that. It feels really good. It sounds good. It plays really nice. I really like the look of it, and I didn't really care for the look in the trailers, but seeing it actually while I'm playing it, I legitimately like it. It looks very cool. It makes me feel like Capcom knows what they're doing, because usually for the past 2 traditional Mega Man games, they worked with Inti Creates, who's done a whole bunch of Mega Man games, the ZX games and all that stuff. But this is, as far as we know, mainly Capcom. And it seems like they still have people on their team who can make a Mega Man game. The only real issue right now is that you can't... Thank you, Ala Wolf. They screwed up the jump through the Wily doors. You know how you jump and you freeze as you go through? You can't do that. He drops to the ground. And in my video, you have my honest, genuine reaction to it as it happens, because I jumped and I fell. I was like, oh.
What?
You know, as I said on this site, it's not going to be one of those things where I'm like, this game sucks. You can't jump. You can't hang time through the door. I will make a note of it. I won't knock the game's like overall review lower because of that. But as a longtime Mega Man fan, it is something you obviously notice and have been doing for what, 25 plus years now, 30 years. How long has
I remember when that Mega Man collection on GameCube, I think it was, when that came out, and you were so like upset because they like switched the buttons.
Still am upset. Well, now we have it on Switch and it plays correctly. Not only were the buttons wrong, you couldn't change them.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest part.
It's like
that's fine, Capcom. Make the buttons weird. That's fine. Just give me an option to change it. How do you make your own game and make the action and jump buttons reverse?
Yeah. Look, sometimes you just want to change things up, and it's too late once, or you make a mistake and it's too late once you realize the mistake was made.
Are you talking about our relationship?
No, this happened to me yesterday making kombucha.
That is a mistake right off the bat.
So I have this SCOBY, and the SCOBY has another SCOBY while you brew a batch. So every time you brew a batch, you end up with a new SCOBY. So it's like, you have bajillions of SCOBYs. So, but I had just restarted. So I grew a SCOBY, and then I made kombucha with that SCOBY, which grew a second SCOBY. And so I have like a big thick.
What the hell is she saying?
So I have like a big thick fat SCOBY.
What the heck?
And then I have like a really thin new SCOBY. And originally I had put the big fat SCOBY in the lesser jar with less
Oh my
tea.
God.
And the big fat SCOBY should have been in the bigger jar with more tea.
Yeah, of course.
So at the last minute, at first I was like, oh, well, we'll see. And then at the last minute, I was like, no, it's not too late to fix this mistake. Fix it. So I did. And I'll let you know how it goes. I'm also brewing a batch right now. It's in the second ferment. And it's ginger, lime, and jalapeno.
Have you ever bitten a SCOBY?
No, but I really want to.
Ugh.
You can make like jerky out of it.
Sam says, I
apparently.
wish I had a big fat SCOBY.
Yeah, you just said SCOBY like 37 times in a row.
Yeah, no one, I don't think, ever on the history of any podcast has said SCOBY as much as that.
I'm sure there's a booch cat.
All right,
somewhere.
we are running late, but I'm doing a question,
Booch
damn it,
cat.
because we haven't done a
Booch
question in a
cat.
long time. Send your questions to GoNintendo questions at GoNintendo questions at gmail.com. GoNintendo questions at gmail.com. Today's question is from Cowboy, and he says, this is perfect. I did not plan this. Cowboy says, what about the Patreon? Well, there you go, Cowboy. I'll do another question. That's clever. Firequackers says, hey guys, do you have any weird ideas for a good Nintendo game or short animation? I've always wanted to make a game called Waluigi's Mansion, where as Waluigi, you are squatting in a mansion that Luigi just inherited. Your job is to scare Luigi away by making him think that the house is haunted. If you win, Daisy agrees to move in with you. That is great. Well, this is the perfect time to talk about this. Thank you for your question, Firequackers. Please send more questions to GoNintendoQuestions at gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions at gmail.com.
Got it.
I had a dream that Nintendo revealed a Waluigi game, but it was like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, except it was more action-packed. And you could jump and stuff like that. And then, so I had that was in a dream. Like I was watching a Nintendo Direct in a dream and they revealed that. I woke up and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. I went to the computer and Nintendo announced the Nintendo Direct. And I was like, oh my God. Am I profit? Is this actually going to happen? Then the Directs got delayed. So I don't know. Maybe next week we're going to see this game. So there's my idea. Do you guys have any ideas?
Oh, I had an idea for a game like a long time ago. This is probably like back in the 90s, where like I guess you could basically call it like a boss rush type of game.
Okay.
But like each boss level takes place like inside of a different like famous painting.
Ooh.
Like when I was a kid, I was like into like MC Escher and his like drawings and stuff. And you might know the one I'm talking about, the one like self-portrait where he's like looking into the ball or whatever while he's holding it. Like I imagine like, what if like your character is like standing on top of the ball and it's like spinning around and you have to like run while it's spinning, and MC Escher has like laser eyes and he's like trying to shoot you while you're like trying to keep your balance on the ball.
Hi, Paul.
But that was as far as I got.
Paul.
There's
as far as ideas.
There's a game. There's a puzzle game. It's out on. I think it's called The Bridge, where part of it is like an MC Escher painting.
Oh, okay.
I think Nicky Hill played it actually. So if you're looking for an MC Escher game, there you go.
All right.
No boss fights though. Mom Brain, nothing. We'll just do music.
Yeah.
Are you using this Bluetooth speaker?
Oh shoot, yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean,
With the volume issues and everything?
I'm doing the best. I really want to try.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold it over here
We're trying to
and make sure we don't blow up people's ears.
Give it a
Yes,
chance.
come in. Come in,
Yes,
music.
hello.
Yes, hello. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just make sure that we've got some kind of volume.
It's the jingle.
I'm trying to make sure that the volume is good.
I love this speaker.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Good? Was that good?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it by me and then I'll move it close.
Okay. Ew. This first song comes from Andy the Zombie.
All right, is it Super Nintendo or N64?
Neither.
Oh, okay.
What is this?
GameCube?
Nope.
Wii?
No.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, is it? It's first party, right?
Sure.
Is it Mario Kart?
Yeah.
What Mario Kart game is on?
Mario
What,
Kart
Double
DS?
Dash? Or I mean, not Double Dash. Yeah, just DS. I'm sorry.
Double Sash.
That was dumb.
All right. So that was Mario Kart on the DS from Andy the Zombie. This one comes from King Valgard.
Ooh, royalty.
That's spooky.
Monsters in My Pocket.
No.
Is this NES?
No.
Game Boy?
Game Boy.
Wow, this is real nice for Game Boy.
Is it licensed?
Yes.
Okay.
Alfred Chicken.
Was that on Game Boy?
I don't think so.
It's not.
RoboCop?
No.
Is it a spooky game?
No.
Is it a Turtles game?
No.
Is this Capcom?
No.
Konami?
No.
Oh boy, breaking out everywhere.
Power Rangers?
No.
James Bond.
No.
Toxic Crusaders?
No.
We don't know. Terminator.
No.
We don't know.
Batman, Return of the Joker.
Oh, that was going to be
God, why did we
guess.
just guess Batman?
It's always Batman. When in
I
doubt,
am-
just say
Batman.
Batman.
This one comes from Blood Ocean 07. And just for a warning,
Autumnal Blake, we did use it.
this is on, it's multi-platform. So
Oh boy.
We go up, please.
more.
The Hobbit.
No.
What system?
I told you multi-platform.
I know.
I don't know what system. Multi-system, maybe I meant. Not multi-platform.
You still don't know what system it's in.
Because all Blood Ocean 07 said was multi. Sorry. You're going to have to figure this one out on your own for once.
It's sad. It's just a sad game.
I don't know.
Is it a licensed game?
No.
It's not first party.
No.
Man, I got nothing at all. Resident Evil.
No.
I really have nothing. Tales of something.
No.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We got nothing.
Child of Light.
Oh, damn it. If Nikki Hill was here.
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, there's a sequel coming out.
Oh, really?
So it looks like that was from Blood Ocean 07 and it was Child of Light. This next
Damn it, Nikki Hill.
song
Why couldn't you be here?
comes to us from our buddy Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks.
Sorry.
Is this Game Boy?
Yes.
Is this Gargoyle's Quest?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yes!
Well played.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That was a fun game.
Oh.
You got
No, we don't got
Oh,
time.
yeah, exactly. That was Gargoyle's Quest,
You don't got a whole hell of a
and
lot.
it came to us from Jet Jaguar. This one comes from Traskin 7, and I think this might be Traskin 7's first submission.
Thanks, Traskin. Up a little bit, please.
I'm sorry. Really? Switch.
You know, I felt like it was something I heard recently.
Excuse me, please.
Okay, is this The Messenger?
No.
Damn it. I'm still playing that.
Yeah, it's on the Switch.
Oh, I like it a lot. Have I played this?
I don't know.
All right, so it's a retro style game.
It looks like that, yeah.
How about Nah, it's not the Video Kid.
No.
Okay, it's not Mighty Gun Volt Burst.
No.
Whatever this is, I posted the trailer and it's making me mad.
It's not the Blaster Master Zero.
No.
I know I posted the trailer for this. Is this something you heard me talk about?
I'm not sure.
I don't listen to you. What's happening now?
It's more of the same.
Go ahead. I don't know. Go ahead. Oh, it's gonna make me so mad.
It is Slime Song.
Oh, I even played it.
And it came to us from Trasky7.
Oh,
This one comes from Steister,
damn it!
who has a prediction, but I'm not going to tell you what the prediction is because I don't want to give any
You're gonna get it
hints.
wrong. Is that the prediction, Steister? Okay. Is it a Donkey Kong game?
No, but that was part of Steister's prediction.
Okay. Is it a rare game?
I don't.
Okay.
think so.
Okay. It's a Snake Pass.
Yeah.
You asshole.
So Steister said, my
Yeah,
prediction,
yeah.
Raw Meat's going to be able to guess that it's David Wise
Yep.
or think it's from Donkey Kong Country, but not going to be able to get it without significant
I
hints
knew
from you.
it wasn't from Donkey Kong Country, but I knew it was David Wise, without a doubt. Oh, that David Wise. Mwah. If I could eat music, I'd eat
I
his
thought
music.
you were saying,
That's what I thought.
What?
I thought you were saying F it. Like,
We thought you dropped an F-bomb.
If I could F music, I would F the music of David Wise.
this one comes from Max.
Well, I thought you said
I got you.
Turn on.
Oh, crunchy. Need it.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, it depends on the game. I'm okay with it. What's this one?
Wii U and Switch.
Oh dear. Let's guess Freedom Planet.
No.
Not first party. Oh boy.
I mean,
Xenoblade. That's not both systems.
yes, it is.
It's first party? Pokemon. Pokemon tournament.
Yeah.
If it's Pokemon, it's first party.
Yeah, just, sometimes it's like a weird.
If it involves Pokemon, it's first party.
This next little
Why do
ditty
you keep holding it to your forehead?
This makes me look cool in the camera.
comes from Autumnal Blake.
Oh, and Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Monster Hunter Try. Monster Hunter Generations.
It's a number.
3,
No.
4.
Yes.
Let it go. This is great song. I hear this. Don't you feel like little monsters?
Oh,
I mean, it's really dinosaurs. They're not really monsters. All right.
Are they all dinosaurs?
Pretty much.
All right.
this one comes from Mikey3319.
There's a couple like gorilla looking ones in there. I'm gonna go back to Super Alpha Chicken.
What's this one?
SNES.
Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Mm-mm.
Clock Tower.
Oh, I was gonna guess.
My neighbors were eaten by zombies. No.
License?
Yeah.
Lawnmower Man.
No.
Total Recall.
No.
Dracula.
No.
Frankenstein?
No.
Batman.
Nope.
Batman! It's scary, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh, all right. Judge Dredd.
No.
Bart versus the Bart.
No.
Bart versus Bart.
I forgot the name of that game.
Versus the
No, yeah, that's why I stopped. It's like Bart's Nightmare. That's what. I was
Oh
saying.
yeah.
No.
Bart versus the.
It's not. It's not scary.
I don't think so.
All right.
Krusty Super Fun House.
No.
Wayne's World.
No.
Home Improvement.
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Shaq Fu.
Oh.
It's that damn mummies level, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, that part's probably pretty scary.
From Mikey3319.
I would argue that the whole game is scary.
Our last song comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
This is Game Boy?
It's not.
What is it? NES?
Yes.
Oh, bad NES. Take it back. Rygar.
No.
Fazanadu. No,
No.
that's not good music. Not licensed.
No.
Wizards and Warriors.
No.
Deadly Towers.
Iron Sword.
No and no.
Okay, we don't know. Low G-Man.
Bible Adventures.
No. The Battle of Olympus.
I know the title.
All right, so that's 1, 2,
Is that the game that's like
3,
Zelda 2 or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
4,
I don't know. I remember the
5.
like
You got 5
seeing
right.
the box set.
5.
Laneco Plaza.
Soloneko.
Thanks, Mom Brain. That was great music. Send your
welcome.
music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Where?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Oh.
Well, we're real late. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week. Goodbye,
Bye, everybody.
everybody. Autumnal Blake, we answered this question already. But I guess since you gave us such an amazing song, I'll tell you the answer again. No, George is a clothing brand at Walmart. And Lube worked at Walmart. And long story short, they didn't have a place for it at work, and we ended up giving George a home. And that's the story of George. So George is not the man, although
We
it's
like
the
to
man.
pretend
Yeah,
that his
yeah.
name is George.
His name is George. Good enough. I mean, I don't know the real guy's name. I'm sure maybe it's on the internet somewhere. George has certainly hit meme status. What did you drink during the podcast, RMC? 100% pure Jenkum. I was drinking a Starbucks Frappuccino because I'm a basic bitch. Chilled coffee drink, but it's their Vanilla Light. Vanilla Light Starbucks Frappuccino chilled coffee drink. Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker now. That's what happens when you become an adult. You get refined tastes. I poop on the toilet now.
Wait, what?
Like an adult.
On the toilet?
On it. Well, in it, I guess.
Okay.
I poop while on the toilet.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you meant.
When do I think the Patreon will go live? I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I need to read your feedback first. I don't know. A month? I shouldn't give dates. I don't know. I'm going back to I don't know. But I'm working on it. $10 will give you a nude portfolio. Well, I'll do what all the not all. I shouldn't say all. I'll do what some of the cosplay ladies do. They give you their cosplay galleries for the basic amount, and then if you pay the extra amount, you get to see the naughty bits.
Ooh.
I'll cosplay as trying to think of sexy versions of things that shouldn't be sexy.
Sexy Marjorie the Trash Heap from Fraggle Rock.
I'm gonna do sexy Grimace.
That's really hard to imagine.
It's Grim. Well, you just wait. Is Grimace naked?
Yeah.
Sure.
What does a Grimace eat? I guess just McDonald's? That's why he looks the way he looks. Oh, you know what I didn't talk about that I should have? I watched the finale for... Hi, Matt. I watched the finale for Adventure Time.
Oh, how
The
was it?
series finale. Very good.
Okay.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in years.
I caught episodes here and there for the last few seasons. I haven't seen every episode, but enough to know what was going on. Yeah, I watched the finale and I really liked it. It was funny and sentimental, well drawn, and sad to see it go.
Was it a happy ending or a bittersweet ending?
It was an everything ending. Let's say that it had elements of everything in there. And then I was starting to think of how I should really watch Steven Universe, because I've heard lots of good things about that.
Yeah, we watched an episode, but that was like
A long time
as
ago.
soon as it was like right around the time it like first premiered.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm really going to give that a shot. I want to start watching it. And I made the mistake of looking up how many episodes there are. It's 152. So I was like, no, never mind. Mom Brain loves that song. She'll sing it. You want to sing the Baby Shark song, Mom Brain?
Baby shark doo doo, baby shark doo
There you
doo
go.
doo doo.
Patreon content right here.
Baby shark,
Yeah,
mommy shark doo doo. I mean, it's baby shark, I think, and then mommy shark.
I looked at
Paul says, my kids love it.
yeah, I looked at video up on YouTube and it had like an absurd amount of views.
Yeah.
It was like in the billions.
Well, that's the old hotness.
That's because kids just, little.
Oh yeah, they just want to.
The new hotness
all
is
day.
Yeah.
the new hotness is that baby stealing sugar and the daddy's yelling at it.
What? The heck?
Somebody in here knows what I'm talking about.
Stealing
Some
sugar?
song about a dad yelling at a baby or not yelling, but like reprimanding a baby for eating sugar out of a sugar bowl. Somebody help me.
That's
Peanut
what I'm
butter
making
baby?
this up.
No, it's not peanut butter, baby. I'm going to look it up now. The podcast. All right, this podcast has been way too long. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Paul. That's it. No papa. We're going to look that up right afterwards. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Do we?